Hello everybody and welcome back to Loop Hero. Sorry if things look a tiny little bit different between this run. I had started doing a recording before, but Millie the house cat, my co-host in the last episode briefly, stood on the stop button, but I was only in the deck building menu, so you haven't missed actually anything. On our last episode, we took the rogue out and the continued curse of the rogue occurred. He died on a run, and it was quite surprising. He was killed by a new enemy called Tome, which came from our Bookery. So you'll notice now I've changed the deck around a little bit already and taken this out. So the Bookery collapses after 20 exchanges and becomes a abandoned Bookery, I think. And what was interesting was the Bookery only affected adjacent tiles on like the cardinal direction, so like north, south, east and west. But when it became an abandoned Bookery, it affects every adjacent tile, so all 8 tiles around it. And these tomes did a lot. So they supported their allies ally enemies on the tile because they gave them shields and they did magic damage, which I think might ignore our defense because they hit us incredibly hard. And unfortunately, we just randomly died on a loop just before we were about to spawn the boss. So we did quite well with him. I can't be all too down on it, but we did lose a lot of resources again that would have been quite nice. Other things we found out was we spawned some watchers from the temporal beacons. I'm still not sure how best to use beacons or temporal beacons. I had removed it out. I think I will definitely remove beacon as well. Maybe we do try temporal beacon, but it's hard to say because I don't know how good a loot we're getting from this. I think I really need to take this out with the warrior or the necromancer, where we see in real time the loot that we're getting from him. It's so hard to tell off the trophies. All I know in the trophies is that the flesh golems are very good. So to this goal, we took the deserts out of the deck because I don't want to make the rogue any weaker than he already is. It's already hard enough for him to regain health. And I've placed Rock and Mountain back in to just try and give him this HP buffer so I don't just get destroyed on a loop. I still think Arsenal is best for, out of the gold cards we have at the moment, Arsenal is the best for the rogue. So I'm keeping that in. I've re-added the Dopamine Engine Treasury. Again, I'm not 100% certain how that works with trophies. Maybe, actually, I'm not even going to risk it. Let me take it back out again. Because we know the chests don't work with the rogue. I don't know if the treasury gives us trophies though. I suspect it doesn't. So okay, let's leave treasury out. I think we keep the outpost in though because it doesn't seem to affect our trophies. So I think outpost might be incredibly strong and we should probably put 2 near our camp for the boss to get some extra allies in that last fight. I've also got a road lantern to reduce enemies on a tile. And I've still got Wheatfield villages. I took out Vampire Mansion, so it's basically in every single build we've had so far. But I think in this act, it's a bit too dangerous for us to spawn vampires on multiple tiles. It's effectively adding 2 enemies to a tile, and we've said for the rogue that I think a strong build with him, with Forest, is getting crit chance up and just trying to keep critting and just killing things as fast as possible. So we're going to try and get attack speeds up and crit chance up and ideally crit damage. They're what we're looking for. He does have access to damage to all, which is actually how we beat this boss before, but I don't think that actually helped us beat the boss. It was really Storm Temple that carried us. I could put Storm Temple back into the deck, and I think I will do. And I think I won't do. I'm sorry, I'm only arguing this a little bit. It feels kind of odd to remove so many cards. I think we keep Beacon, actually. Even though this is a uniform effect, it'll generally benefit us more, I think, if we can crit more often. This will be good against the final boss. And we don't have the worry of the Watchers. It does give us... so this just speeds up time 50%. You know what? I think just this Beacon was better anyway. So I think we go with this. Swamp we can't take just because of vampirism. I still haven't found a way to make this work. Ruins we don't really want to take, but we could do, I suppose. I'm just concerned that we haven't got enough enemies right now. We've really only got skeletons, bandits, rat wolves and flesh golems from Bloodgrove. And that's basically it. I suppose we can get the harpy. Oh, actually we get the wood boys. Okay, it's not too bad. Yeah, let's go with this. Let's see if we can make this work. It's a 12 card deck. It's quite thin since we've upgraded to 15 cards. Let's confirm this. Rogue again, Act 2 again. let's try and fight this boss. So the first loop will be fine, and let's place the arsenal down as well somewhere where we're not going to be upset by it. It has to go along the roadside somewhere. And I think I'm just going to put it early on in a loop in a tile that isn't particularly useful for us. Kind of a weird generation here. I think here will be fine. So this gives us another slot. The rogue appears to always get this necklace slot, or amulet slot, sorry. We can only equip those two. We don't have a shield. We've +1 potion, and let's go again. We ideally want to push early game aggression again. It's odd not having the vampires in, but we'll try use skeletons instead. And what we're really looking at doing is setting up a lot of single target fights. Or easy multi-target fights. So we've got our mountains back in again. Let's start placing these in the top corner. And let me wet my whistle a bit with some orange so the cat won't drink if she comes back in. A thicket. Lovely. So I think every 10 thickets we spawn a village, ? There was also a synergy on that on the last run, which we didn't really get to see, where we can place our wheat fields on the villages, ? And they become like bladed grass or something like that. And they apparently can spread into another tile. Road Lantern I'm going to hold for now, and we want the Blood Grove in the best place for it. Sadly, this is probably the best place. Or adjacent to our camp. We should have one adjacent to our camp. Blood Grove to help us with the final boss, I think, is a solid set strategy. But ideally we want these knots where it's like 7 of the 8 tiles in the path for Blood Grove to be most effective. Kind of a weird generation actually, it's like almost stared the path. I don't think I've seen anything like this yet. But it shouldn't hamper us too much. If anything, it will stop me from being too aggressive, so that might be a good thing. Actually, I'm going to place a Road Lantern down immediately. I was going to hold on to this, but really the only place that it benefits us is on the Grove tiles. So here comes our loot fountain. It's not too worrying early on what we have. So I'm going to be a bit, like, quick about this. Just taking things that look good, stat-wise. And then we can just move on. 24, 25, 26, excellent. And let's go. Yeah, as I said, I don't think the difficulty is too bad on the early loops. Definitely on Act 1, but Act 2 now we're becoming a lot more stable. Again, let's make 3x3 up here. It's really when we're getting around like to loop 5 and 6 that we have to start looking for our synergies. As I said, we're trying to make the most of attack speed right now. And crit chance. We can't lean into vampirism, we can't pick up with vampirism, and as I said, damage to all probably isn't too useful for us, especially with how we've built the deck. I mentioned this on the last run, but I think it's a lot easier to spawn multiple weak enemies on a tile than it is to get one difficult enemy on a tile. We don't seem to really have the cards to do that. The best we can really do is try and get around 2 per tile. But I think we can deal with 2 per tile. My only concern right now is that our difficulty is pretty easy. We really want to outscale enemies, and I think most of our successful runs are where we've had very difficult early loops, nearly died, and then we just pop off on the rest of the loop. I'm tempted to try this here. So a weak field at the moment we can't do anything, and another loot fountain has come in. So this is attack speed, I'll put it on there. We have a level 3 weapon. Sure, upgrade it. No. Evasion down, magic damage up, not interested. Damage to all, not really useful right now. I think we just carry on. Yeah. As I said, I'm trying to be a bit faster with the early game loops. But it's kind of difficult. As I said, it shouldn't be too hard for us to progress on. It doesn't really matter a stat here or there right now, but it definitely matters in the future. So villages we can't corrupt anymore, so that's just something we have to notice, and we want to be able to put wheat fields either side of it. So I think we place it here. like so. This will give us scarecrows as well, which spawn pretty infrequently, so we shouldn't get overrun by them. Another forest. Let me just pop the resource tab out. Again, it would be nice to bring the resources out. I'm not looking just to like get to the boss for the sake of it. We know what he's all about now, or her, she's all about really. So it's not a learning exercise anymore, it's just feeling that we're strong enough to do it. I'd rather retreat with our loot than go into a fight that we know we're going to lose. I'm going to place another village up here. Spawn the bandit camp, which I will Oblivion if I can get the chance to. I think Oblivion now is like the only card that we've basically always had in the deck. And I'll put Bloodgrove over here to help us with that. And I'm going to put a beacon over here to help us fight the boss. We've got Oblivion. Just make sure I'm looking at the right one. The sprite's kind of similar to Bloodgrove. It's that. Goodbye. Don't need you anymore. And let's get Blooming Meadows. And another day goes by. Something I feel like we haven't really like explored at the moment is the day effects. We see a lot of things that speed up time, but I don't think it's too good. If you didn't know, by the way, this crossbowman I think is coming from our watchtower. So he's just giving us artillery in battle. Not a lot, but it's, again, every little helps. And it might be worth having more of these watchtowers around the boss, especially if he joins in with the boss fight. But he's not really saving us any damage, so it might not actually be worth it in the long run. So we have our rocks again, so we're going for 3x3 to get a peak, a lot of HP, and we'll start spawning harpies, which I think we can deal with. So crit damage chance up, critical damage up. I'd rather the chance, so I'm equipping these boots. We have magic HP or critical damage. I think I'm just going to take the HP. We want the chance first, because currently we're only hitting it 17% of the time. Attack speed up is fine. And so much so that I think I would swap the more damage for it. Yeah. Oh, I should look at, sorry, this armor. Yeah, that's actually what we're looking for. And let's keep going. Let me wet my whistle again. Get a bit of a dry throat. Coming to the end of my recordings for today. Things have gone decent today. Not incredible, but not too bad. Delicious. We have a level 4 armor here. I don't think I need the HP right now. I'm not too worried about it. We have a little shield that's broken. And let's keep stacking these forests. We're already up to attack speed plus 29%. And this is higher than we were getting on some of our very early runs throughout the time. So this is crit damage up instead of attack speed. It's also higher damage. Upgrade that. We have to remember as well there is a bonus, as I said, for having the same stat on every single piece of equipment. I don't think we've ever really used it to our benefit with the road. And we're coming up to Daning. So here's one of our villages, so I want to get a few more wheat fields to place around it. These are quite difficult tiles actually. So we shouldn't take them too lightly, which is something we should, again, consider oblivioning. I think I will just swap these. Well, I think for now they're a good source of early loot, especially without the vampires. So this is what we want. I don't think I need the extra HP. Level 6, just pure stats. Yeah, I think I'm going to take it on the scimitar instead. We lose a bit of attack speed, but we can buff that up. And we'll just have the raw stat to try and kill things quicker. We're at 28% chance to crit. So roughly like 1 in every 4 attacks. We should just one-shot the enemy. And we're still doing pretty solid damage. And the faster we can attack, the better. Our attack speed's down to 16% now that we've taken a few things off, but there's still plenty of time for that to rise up. We are on loop level 5 now, so I have to start being a bit more cautious. The enemy's scaling up 3% every loop, unlike Act 1 where it was only 2%. So they're becoming more dangerous faster. So a little HP boost through there, and a new quest. We've picked up another beacon. And where shall we have the beacon? Beacon good against single targets. Let's have it on this corner. So far we're doing okay. We're not really scaling this fast. We finally picked up a cemetery, which is one of the things I was about to say that we haven't seen yet. Do I want it around the boss? Yeah, I think that's fine. I'm also looking for some outposts. As I said, it might be worth having your loot fountain place, the treasury, because it does give us some cards as well. So it could be good for a tempo. Again, bringing up tempo in a different class now. But I don't know. Oh, an antique wardrobe. 5 HP every time the hero equips a new item. That's very interesting. So if we equip this at our home base, then instead of getting resources, we could just like cycle through items to heal. Bit tedious, I suppose, but I mean, if you're at risk of dying, it's definitely worth doing. Another cemetery, which I will place not up here. I'll place it over here. Loot fountain pass and go. Clearly at the moment we haven't got difficult enough enemies because we're just getting like raw stats on our loot, which is a bit worrying, I'm not going to lie. This HP I almost can't like turn it down, but I'm going to. What have we got? Nothing. Critical damage. So this could be a bit of a tricky battle. The wooden warriors have spikes on it, so we are taking like a thorns damage, and they always counter. Fortunately, they don't attack until we attack. And here's a level. We've just took half damage, so I might have to swap an item. Trophy. After losing 20% of my HP, I will get evade. I think this is good right now because I'm hemorrhaging damage. Although it doesn't really help in that fight if you think about it, because we still have to hit them, and I presume we take the damage then. We can't evade when we're attacking. But at the moment, I'm a bit concerned that maybe this is getting too easy. We're on loop 6 now. We've started popping potions. Another road lantern. I'm now going to place this up here. I want to get as many as I can around here to stop 3 or 4 of those guys spawning. Because we frankly can't deal with them. Here's another mountain, and we should get a peak, which will give us some HP. And we'll start getting harpy spawns now. Currently this is like a run we had a while ago where we had a lot of environment cards popping up. We did restore that run eventually and make it winning. But I think we were only on Act 1 for that. A ritual sword, so crit damage up. I think we take this on the scimitar. So our damage is actually okay now. It's just our health is a bit precarious. Also, we're about to spawn a goblin camp, which we might want to just leave in place to get a little bit of better loot. Wheat fields. So here, overgrown fields, and it'll change to fields of blades, empty tiles, and during combat. Okay. I want to see if that spreads around the map, or if it is literally in the fight. Sorry, another mountain. Okay, this is a very difficult area. Critical damage up. More HP. Welcome to the team. And we keep putting thickets down. Keep attacking faster. We're attack speed 26 now. And we've just passed go. Crit damage chance down. HP way up, counter up. It's only 2% though, and it's a big HP change. I have to make the change now. We have a level 8 amulet, which again is a lot of magic HP, but we're losing crit damage. I think I'll make this trade at the moment. Survivability is a big issue. Level 9 just base weapon is better than the axe. And do I want just, again, another very high damaging weapon? I think I'm going to try this, actually. So we've got a lot of grey items right now, but our damage, in theory, is really good. 61 to 91, I don't think I've ever seen it that high. But we don't really have any stats other than that to help with it. Still hitting pretty hard right now. So just a single wooden guy, he gets the counter, and we killed him pretty quickly. Okay, so Field of Blade, so it does spawn on the tiles in this fight. Okay, I get it. Ambush, creature's first strike is always a critical hit. And always hits the target. And it's giving attack speed buffs. Okay, these are pretty dangerous, actually. Not sure what the benefit is yet. We will survive it, but I might have to Oblivion that. Super dangerous tile, it turned out. We popped a potion again. We should be fine going through this loop. We do have a little bit of vampirism, so it's not like we have no healing. And a day just ticked over. But I'm very concerned by that tile. I wonder if there's something you can do for it. I don't know. Normally things that have like a drawback like that eventually can turn into a benefit. But it doesn't say that it's going to change and it's spawning a scarecrow every 4 days. Yeah, I don't quite see why we'd have that. It is blocking multiple tiles, I suppose. So maybe it's better for a damage to wall synergy. And we have another wheat field, which this time I'm going to place by our village. Get more healing. Aha, outpost. First one of the run. And we're going to place it here. We're going to have allies in the boss battle. That is the play. And another wheat field that I'm going to place here. So very much looking for an Oblivion right now. And in fact, I'm looking for 2 Oblivions, because I would get rid of the Goblin camp right now. But I could be tempted by multiple beacons if you road lanterns, sorry, if you give it to me, game. So I'm happy with that harpy spawned. Loop 7 now. Again, enemies getting more difficult. And I don't think we're scaling up at Oblivion. I'm just going to get rid of that. There might be a benefit, but I don't want to find out on this run. The next one will be on the Goblin camp. Fortunately, they're getting split spawns right now. Otherwise, it's going to be a bit tricky. Of course, I picked up another wheat field. Okay, this is a horrible tile. And let me just, my god, stop the fight for now. Phew. Lots of damage with counter. I might just flip this on immediately because we have multiple enemies to kill. So it's better in this fight. Crit damage chance up. Goodbye, sword. No counter. Damage to all. Again, I might just flick this on for this battle and maybe switch it off. It takes our magic HP down, but we've just lost it. And it'll help us deal with this tile. I'm very concerned about dying on this tile right now. These are, like, some of the hardest hitting enemies, and one of them can evade, like, so many times. So if we target them next, we could get chunked down. As I said, everything else, though, looks pretty average. Yeah. So we took 20% damage, so we went into smoke screen. But look at how hard we're getting hit, chunked down now. He's going to get another attack as well, and he hits us. It popped twice then, smoke screen. Not happy with that. We need to do something about this. We need to get rid of this goblin camp, really. 2 shouldn't be too bad, but we're on very low HP right now. We're about to level up, so hopefully get something there. But we could die in this fight too. I'm going to immediately look at the level. We can get Rat Wolf. Max HP is increased by 1 for each received trophy. I think we need that. Sorry, Rat Wolf, I will take you when you come back again, but right now, survivability is more important. Finally, we've picked up another Blood Grove, which we can place over here to help us. More mountains, more forests. Spawn another one of these at villages. We'll deal with it. Again, we just need a little bit of vampirism and ticks. A lot of single fight enemies. We're not getting great trophies, but at least we're healing off it. There's not much else to say right now. We've got 2 weak fields where a village would be beneficial. But we have been quite lucky with villages. Just looking at this, it's a forest. Yeah, it stays as a forest. I didn't know if it was upgrading by the beacon. But no. You know, these few fights have been nice. We're still only 298 HP though, and we have no more potions left. Picked up an old painting now. Increased damage to the boss. I'll always like it. Finally, we've picked up a road lantern again. Where do I want this road lantern? Probably here. And another cemetery. I'm just going to plop in the middle of this loop. I say loop, this like stretch of barrenness. We've picked up a sword, which I guess is... I mean, this must be the completed quest is the reason we're getting these right now. And I'm not interested in it. When we crit, as I said, looks fine. It looks like we have nothing to worry about because we basically one-shot enemies. But it's when we're not critting that is really the problem. Another outpost, again, I like them. But we have started to make a little bit of a recovery now. We're coming back into this very difficult part of the map though. Evasion up, but we lose crit damage chance 5%. I don't think I can turn it down. We're at a stage in the game now where like level 4 gear isn't going to cut it, even if it's got the stat we want on it. Crossbowman helps with this fight. No other goblin camp spawned, and we're back into this terrible tile that nearly killed us the first time. So this has evasion bonus and damage to all, but it is a damage downgrade on both of our weapons, and no. Boots with a great amount of evasion. Or boots with a pretty good amount of evasion. I think I'm going to take these at the moment. I would like to hold on to them, but I'm pretty certain we're going to lose them the next time I get a loot fountain. Crit damage plus 35% is insane, but that's not what I'm missing right now. It's survivability. So I'd lose damage to all on this, but gain evasion. Again, I think I have to make the trade and hope that we get some good luck with evasion. And evasion bonus up and max HP greatly up. I think I'm going to make the trade again. I feel a bit underleveled. Oh, let me just check what this one is. Crit damage up instead. Okay, I'll make that trade, I think. But currently I feel a bit underleveled for where we are on this loop. This is loop 9 now. Very different to our warrior ones where we really fill up the screen and take a long time on each loop. I should have paused that. That was my fault. Yeah, but we're looping much quicker with this character, so enemies getting harder faster. Maybe that is the key for the rogue. Maybe we should be looking at getting high loops, but less mobs on the squares. So where am I going to place this? Outpost for help. I think I'm going to place it... it's not great here. It'd be so much better... I think we're going to place it here, actually. It'll affect us with this goblin camp, and we'll look at remove this one first. We have a mountain down. We just spawned a goblin camp, so we have no worry there. And keep placing the thickets down. We do have a beacon, which I could place here, and I think I will do. I said, our logic is that us attacking faster is beneficial because we have crit. Admittedly, it's not great against the village tiles. So we've spawned into single goblin. That's fine. We can deal with single goblin. Harpies... Yeah, they get an evasion once. It's like a free evade. And there it was. But you can't evade forever. I'd like to start picking up a few more healing potions as well now. But it looks like it's going to be very difficult for this character. Also, damage to all is not great against these wooden warriors because they get free counter when they take hits. But they won't attack us unless we hit them. So whatever's giving us damage to all, I should try to get off. So it's this mace. Yeah, so we're looking at taking damage to all off the mace. And we continue to place down. If you didn't know, I was placing these like this just to place meadows in between. but I don't think it's going to be too much of a worry. So I will start filling the gaps with thickets too. Pretty tricky tile again for us. We've downed another potion, and we've just popped our smoke screen. Give us a little bit more survivability. And we drank our final potion. So things currently are not going as I was hoping. And I just saw a flesh golem about to spawn, I think behind us. So let's look forward to that on the next loop, which will be loop 10. We're still pretty far off spawning this boss. But currently I'm not feeling super confident about this run. We have a very dangerous area up here as well when we come back round. I would love to see some villages right now. Just extra heals for us. That's all I'm asking for, game. So single harpy annoying, but we hopefully can kill it before it damages us. I'm also hoping when we're not taking damage during these periods where we get like guaranteed evade, or where we'll have the magic shield, that we can just tick up a HP every time. But in fights like this, we are just losing the shield too quickly. That evade hurts, but... Loot fountain again. I paused it fast enough this time as well. So this is HP and defense. Yes. So we want to remove our axe as well. We have to remember that. Evasion 25%. Magic damage up. This isn't the run that I'm looking for, but it's the run we're getting at the moment. We just seem to be getting so much evasion. I guess we can't force the synergy unless we actually get it. Magic damage and just damage instead of crit chance or damage to all. I think it's between this and this to put on the mace. Damage 41. But it has magic damage plus 4. This has magic damage 15. So it's really 4 defense and 6% evasion versus more damage. Like 11 more damage, I think it was. Let's try this. Also, we've still not got great armor, I would say. And I'm beginning to think I'm at a stage now where I'd be happy with just the raw stats. Or happier on the raw stats. But it feels kind of weaker, I'd say, at the moment on our run. But we've now got 1400 HP, which is better than 300 where we were before. Unfortunately, Goblin just spawned as we came onto this tile, making this a lot trickier of a fight. But we're getting through it still. He's soldiering on. We're still pretty far away from spawning the boss as well, actually. Now that I look at it. Where would we want our next blood growth? Maybe down here. We have no damage to all now, so this fight should go a little bit better. I'm not constantly proccing 2 counters every time. And more attack speed. Where have we got to in attack speed now? 36%. Not bad, but could be better. We're probably close to spawning another village as well, which we need to be a bit careful about. We picked a good target there. Taking out the Goblin Leader was definitely the best fight. He's not taking our loot because we're getting trophies, which is lovely. Please kill this guy. Thank you. Down to half HP, and we've only gone through the first part of this section. Really hurts. But we are about to trigger another day. So another little bit of heal. But these guys now are really starting to hurt us. More resources. We can get a handful of Oblivions. I've never taken it before. Or Picky. Lowers the quantity but gives better quality. Definitely that. I've still never taken that Oblivion handful of cards. I don't really see why you take it unless you were thinking, I'm about to die on this loop and I just want to take my stuff away with me. That's the only logic I'm thinking, and you just blast all your tiles to the end. Single Flesh Giant shouldn't be too bad for us. Hitting at 166 now, by the way, so he's basically the first boss. Keep throwing down meadows. And we're at 600 HP. It's really starting to hurt us now, these battles. Ooh, an amulet. Has counter and attack speed on it. Lower defense, though. I don't think I can take it. I think I'll die. We're very much living loop to loop right now, whereas most of the time, I think by the warrior on loop 10, we're sort of like balling out of control, and we just have no concerns anymore. There's another village, that's fine. Another forest, we've got an alchemist shelf, which would be nice to bring home. Another potion. I'm coming up to that age-old question, do we flee on this loop? And my answer is, I don't know yet. I feel like we've stabilised a little bit on this loop. But are we stable enough that I'm confident we complete the next loop? So let's see what we get for Loot Fountain. Very high damage, much more defense. I think it's time to remove our Qatar. I mean, high attack speed and just high damage is also a potential way out of this. Maybe we lean into that, and maybe we take the evasion, because we just seem to be getting lots of evasion right now. Although... No, this is damage to all. I don't want damage to all or anything. I don't think I can take that. This is evasion up as well, I think. So 19 evasion in theory. Oh no, it's worse. Okay. I think I'll make that trade. I don't want damage to all game. I spit in your face. And again, we haven't picked up armor on this loop, which is starting to hurt us. We just have raw stat armor. This is evasion 24, and it has damage to all. We can't take it. Going to place a grove down here, and we're going to try. Our shield got melted very quickly. We've popped one of our smoke screens. That wasn't too bad. That's probably the most dangerous tile we're going to have. Try and pick up a little bit of extra HP on this. We've got an Oblivion finally. So here's the question. Which one do I Oblivion? And I think I'm Oblivioning this Goblin Camp here. It's causing us so many issues. This one at least I get help from the outpost. So this is the last time we'll see a Goblin over here. It's single Goblin. That's fine. Two of these wood guys. They're going to hurt me again, but could be worse. We're just missing that little extra damage as well that would have like saved us 100 HP there. It kind of hurts. But I'm feeling better. Gotta watch the boss meter. We're at like 95% now. An outpost I will play. And I will place it here. And I will place another rock as well. More HP is good. But we have to be certain we want to spawn this boss now if we're going to do it. Picked up another Oblivion tile. And I will Oblivion something. And it's going to be this, I think. Although, am I about to spawn... No, let me just get rid of this. It seems to be quite a lot of damage. I think I'm going to place another beacon as well around the boss fight. And we have one more road lantern. I think I can get away with this. I think we tried to spawn the boss. And this might seem stupid at the moment because we are on 600 HP out of 1,600. But we are about to get a lot of HP. We can vampire off these single enemies as well. It would be nice to level again, but we're not. I don't know yet. We can hold the rock. Oh, now here's the decision. Dilemma time. This will certainly spawn the boss. You know what? Come on. We can do this. We can do it. Just place the cemetery down. Place one more grove down. That's fine. We can place these now. Remember, God, to check your loot fountain when we come to the boss. Attack speed, lovely. Keep giving it to me. We're not going to loop again. I would like a single rat wolf there, please. To try and give us some regen. That evade's annoying, but it's fine. It's cost us about 100 HP, but I'm going to say it's fine, because it makes me feel better. We don't ever have to worry about that. Nice heal. And we have a little more heal there. I mean, 3 HP could be the difference between winning and losing against the boss. Another day passed. 1,100 HP now. We might be able to just kill it because of HP. What am I giving my chance of beating the boss? I don't know. Maybe like 10%. We haven't got Odin this time to like rely on. So it's going to hurt losing this equipment, but I mean, the content. Blood Growth, help me. Mountain, help me. We need all the HP we can get. Please get a crit. Nice. Nice. We don't have to fight this harpy either, which is very nice. More HP, another wheat field, which we can't really do anything with. Another quest done. Get a meadow. Day's about to take over, but I don't think it's going to be in time. We're about to come into the boss. We don't get the loot fountain that I thought we did. Could you please stop? Hear me out. What? You again? Is this the Lich's magic? You don't look like the undead, but I don't have a different explanation. Omicron the dead sorcerer. I remember now. Did you kill him? I spent so long trying to explain the emptiness of his knowledge, to share my perspective with him. I will miss these attempts to set him on a righteous path. And no, it's nothing to do with his magic. Then how? Forget it, I actually don't care. Thank you for your proposition, I refuse. You're just scared. You want to know if what I tell you is true, right? If you knew for sure that it is the Maker who returns everything to oblivion, would you accept it and submit? Do you just ask out of curiosity? Let me think. I'm asking because I want to help you. To tell the truth, knowing that you're right wouldn't change a thing. Why? It's literally the will of the Maker. You're just you're telling me all this nonsense just because you're unable to comprehend it all. How can you still resist knowing that all this is his will? Oh, I don't know. That's how we are made to be, I guess. You should know that I will oppose you again and again. Maybe someday we'll be able to continue this conversation, but not today. Today I'm filled with anger. Is it righteous anger? It is righteous anger! So, here we go. So the boss is going to summon some angels. He has shields that we have to defeat. We have attack speed of plus 49%, so hopefully we can defeat these fast enough. We had 2 helpers in this fight. Sorry, my phone just went off if you heard the vibrate. We have half the boss, but we've also halved our own HP, which isn't great. Need some lucky crits here. No more allies, so I think this is looking good. We've got evades going now. We have 1 more potion too. He's so close to dying. We did it! The rogue! His pride! Unacceptable! You can be mad as much as you want, but your rage won't stop me. I am mad, but not at you. I've given such power, but I'm not worthy of it. I'm unable to persuade even one fool to lower his weapon. 1 more servant of God shall perish because of me. No, this time I'm going to burn your body. Farewell to you. Burn it, cut it to pieces, bury it. There's no difference. I am the faith itself. Do you think that you're able to kill faith? No, but I think I've learnt a lot from you. I will believe. I will believe that this world has a chance, and I believe that I can succeed. Holy moly! I'm taking the resource assortment and I'm getting out of here. Goodbye. Incredible. We have a Rogue Act 2 victory against all odds. We nearly died on that run like multiple times. I and ahed over it. I'm so happy we went to fight him. I think next we take the Necromancer into Act 2 and try and beat this boss again. Just going into the build menu. Is there anything I can build? Still can't get the river. I could build a lumberjack though. After an expedition, it gives you 1 stable branch for every completed loop, but no more than the amount of tiles around the lumberjack hut. Unlocks the ability to craft furniture and the supply depot is built. Could build more forest. We could have another watchtower. That'd be quite nice. Or another farm. I am really looking for this river. But the lumberjack isn't taking any of the resources we need for the river. So let's build a lumberjack. We're still not getting any of this as well. Which, I'm not sure if it's these time shards to become an astral orb. So he might be farming the Act 2 boss. Or maybe we can get it in Act 3 by another means. But let's get this lumberjack. I unfortunately can't place it where I want to. So bear with me a second. If I build one more forest here, can I build the lumberjack? Yeah, I can. So that's the lumberjack. So this is how things are. Earlier we managed to stabilize a small part of the forest. Now it's almost a real part of our world. You can enter it and return safely without fear of disappearing from reality. You can even chop some wood there, but not all at once. Consider it our mutual triumph. The keeper of the forest is not very talkative, but he knows what he's doing. While you're away, he'll supply us with wood, and he's also a decent craftsman if need be. Okay, so we now have the ability to craft furniture, and this uses wood and what's this resource? Metamorphosis. Fair enough. I don't know if we actually have any spaces right now. I would love to put down... which one would I want to put down? I think boss damage would be nice. Yeah, we have no more slots, sadly. Is there anything we can upgrade? Probably not. We only have 9 metals right now. It'd be kind of nice if there was a way to trade resources. Maybe there is, and I've not unlocked it yet. But we have a lumberjack down now. It looks like it's something we can build infinitely as well. So really all we're missing now is Alchemist Tent, River Bridge, and this mud hut. You can give residents furniture or food to store. Where can I build the mud hut? Sure. We'll have a mud hut next to our fighters arena. We're one step closer to proudly calling our humble camp a village, even though it's just a shelter half covered in mud. And metal, apparently. But we are really grateful. People are very exhausted, both physically and mentally. Some private space to call a home will bring some happiness. So, an achievement of Small Talker. So, it's given us additional slots. So, if I go into supply, yes, I can place down more things to help kill the boss. But that's all I can place at the moment. Not sure why I only got +1. Because it looks like, oh, maybe it's for furniture, food, equipped items. Yeah, I'm not 100% certain how that's working out. Again, it'd be nice if the menu showed it a little bit better. Anyway, I think that's all for today. I'm sorry if you've picked up a vibration of my phone halfway through it. I'll have to come back through the footage and maybe I'll try and edit it out. Although editing isn't my specialty. I'll try and remember to turn my phone off again in the future. If you've enjoyed the playthrough and I'm loving it so far, leave a like, comment and subscribe. And thanks for watching and see you next time. Goodbye!